for you. It's gluten-free and it's vegan and it's cheese, or is it? Alright, so it's vegan cheese made with cashew nuts and soy yogurt and some seasonings. So it's very, very simple. Your non-vegan family members or guests or anybody you meet on the street will not believe how good it is, not containing dairy. So what it is basically is a recipe for Philadelphia style cream cheese. And according to the spices that you add in, you could flavor it in different ways. So the one I'm making today, I'm hoping to replicate that Boursin cheese that's very expensive and dairy that you see in the supermarket. It's usually like $5 for like a little tiny round of it. So what I've got in the bowl here is 2 cups of raw cashews. Now it's very important that they be raw and unflavored, unsalted. You don't want to use cooked cashews because it's not going to be the same. And the reason that we're soaking them is threefold. Number one, when you soak them, and by the way, you have to soak them for 3 hours. When you soak them, the flavor becomes less bitter. You know, the water draws it out a little bit. They're easier to grind up because we're going to be grinding them up in the food processor. And since they're raw, the water actually activates the seed component and makes it start to sprout, which changes the nutritional values a little bit. How? I have no idea. I just know that it does. And it makes it healthier. So you're going to soak these for 3 hours and then drain them. Alright guys, so it's been over 3 hours. I just drained my cashews and I have them in my food processor here with a half a cup of the soy yogurt, and make sure you get the plain unsweetened because it's not going to taste too good if you get the one that's sweetened. It's not going to work. So it's very simple. There's only one other ingredient, and that is the ranch mix. The ranch dip mix. This has salt in it. So if you just want to make plain cream cheese, I would suggest just using salt. But if you want more of a flavored cheese spread, then use a different variety of herbs. You could even use fresh chives, some fresh garlic, that kind of stuff. You could also use dried too. So I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons, which is this measure right here. And I'm going to mix it up in the food processor. You could do this in a blender, but it's got to be like a Blendtec type blender. Don't try and do it in a personal, you know, like smoothie blender. It's not going to get it fine enough for you. And it's not gonna, you really need a food processor or a food processor type blender. So I'm gonna blend it up as smooth as I can. I'll probably have to scrape down the sides quite a few times, maybe 3 or 4 times, and we'll check back. I see my tasty taster has arrived, and here is the finished product. They recommend that you let this sit out of the refrigerator for 24 to 48 hours to get it a little sharp. You don't have to do that. It's only if you want a little twang to it. It's not going to spoil or anything. It's going to be just fine. But I think this would actually be better after it sits out, not sits out, but even sits in the refrigerator a little bit to like have the herbs reconstitute and like soak up.
What am I tasting now?
This is like a Boursin type vegan cheese substitute. What do you think about that, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can see that.
Good. So you're using the Glutino crackers over here. I wanted to pick those because they're kind of bland, so you can really taste the flavor of the vegan cheese.
Right.
And also, little trick. If you like lox, and I loved lox, and I say loved because I obviously gave that up when I became vegetarian, and now vegan. Trying anyway. These roasted seaweed snacks by Annie Chun's. If you put that with this cheese, on a gluten-free bagel of course, it's like having a bagel with a schmear and lox. Oh, so good. So try that, check it out, and would you recommend this?
Yes.
Excellent. You heard it from the man. Make it. Till next time, much love.